Hey guys, what's going on? This is Alex over here at My Freedom Smokes, and today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new mod we've gotten in, the IPV Velis. It's a 120 watt mod, both temperature controlled and regular wattage mode, and it actually has some pretty cool features that we'll touch on in here in just a second. Inside the box you get an additional panels. Now, real quick, we'll go ahead and talk about this. The panels on the side, it's not like your traditional J-wrap where it's kind of like, you know, a vinyl type sticker. This has a little bit of texture to it and a little bit of give. Looking at the actual things, you can tell that these are 3M like sticky pads. So they are going to be a little bit of a give. And just messing with it, I kind of left some indentions, and when it first came out of the box, the corner was peeling up a little bit, so I think they were aware of this, and that's why they packaged in a couple extra for you. So that's pretty smart, and if you wanted to make sure and keep it pristine at all times, you'll probably wind up using these somewhere down the road. And then off to the side here, I believe we've got our micro USB cable. Yep, tucked in neatly in that little box right on the side, as you do have micro USB charging capability at the bottom. That way you can vape and continue the charge. And one thing that usually bugs me is when they put the chargers on the bottom of the mods, because you really don't want this setting down. You know, your juice might leak out everywhere. That wouldn't be good. So I always like it when they put it on the front. That way you can still set it down and it still be charging. One thing they did do on this though is they put it far enough on the edge here. That way, even when you have it plugged in, you've got enough of a lip that is still going to kind of sit there. So even though that is a little bit tedious, I wouldn't really recommend doing that unless you were very confident with your surroundings. That is at least one thing they did that kind of improved it just a little bit. So, taking a closer look at the mod, one thing I did notice as soon as I pulled it out of the box was these kind of milky clear panels on the side. I was kind of looking at that going, wonder what that does. When you press and hold the firing button, it turns on and it looks really nice. The cool thing about it, go ahead and turn this off. You can even have the lights flash with the system off. That way you're not burning up your coil, just like so. And the longer you hold it, the different colors are going to show up and different patterns are going to show up. So honestly, this is pretty cool in my opinion. I don't really know a situation that this would really be useful, but it is something cool that, you know, they included. So you gotta at least give them props to that. To turn it on and off, you simply click the button 5 times. There we go. 5, and the screen cuts on, and you're ready to start vaping. Inside, you do need to make sure and install 2 18650 batteries. There are guides on the side that are going to show you your positive and negative. And speaking of positives and negatives, let's kind of go down a rundown, explain the mod a little bit. I've got the Scion tank on here. It's the 0.5 Canthal, and I'm currently running this at 60 watts in standard mode, and we'll get into that in a second. So let's see what the kind of cloud production this gives. In just a standard wattage mode at 60 watts, 0.5 coil, this does chug a pretty good cloud. I'm pretty impressed with it. It does feel like, because I had this on another mod, it feels like that this one gives a little bit of a smoother vape, as if the board on here is a lot more significant and provides a closer to range vape. So that is definitely a plus on this. The style is definitely very cool. The menu, when I was saying standard, you can actually press that bottom button, and if you look very closely at the bottom, it is cycling through different modes like soft, hard, normal, such like that. Now, I do like the fact that they include this because there are, you know, some atomizers in which you'll want to adjust those settings on. The one thing I wish they had done was if you're just wanting to go and adjust your wattage, if you go to press the down button, all of a sudden you're swapping out your different modes. You're not changing your wattage. If you were to press it up, then you'll start changing it, and if you immediately press up then down, you'll start adjusting it. So for instance, I'll let this go ahead and switch back to normal, like so. Now, I'm pressing the down button, and now we're just cycling through menus. So let me get it back to where I want it. Now, it's back to where we want it, and I'm gonna press the up button. Now it's adjusting the wattage. So we press that, that way it's out of there. But then, as I was mentioning earlier, if you press the up button and then the down, you can start lowering your wattage. But if you don't press the up button first, it just immediately hops into your settings mode. And like I said, to me, that doesn't seem very user-friendly, especially for the fact that you can press this button 5 times and then get to your system setting. And through in here, you can swap through and go to your different modes. Like you can swap from a joule to regular power mode. Joule is what they're calling the temperature control in this one. And then exit, boop. So it clearly has a menu for that sort of thing. I wish they had just put it in the menu instead of making it so easily accessible from the panel, because I can see myself just not thinking about it, clicking it, and even though I won't mess up anything, no one's gonna mess up anything, it's just an annoyance when, you know, all I wanna do is just pick it up and vape, and if I need to do an adjustment, I don't wanna have to sit down and, you know, put everything back to where it was. Overall, I really can't complain about the performance of this. There's just the little gripes I have about the menu, and maybe I wish they had thought of maybe a bit more of a secure battery pack. I'm not a fan of plastic when it comes to, you know, holding your batteries in. I like a little bit of metal. So just a couple little cosmetic things that should not take away at all from the performance of this. I am extremely impressed. And out of 10, I would give this one a solid 8. I would give it a 9 if it simply didn't have those few little things that, you know, really just didn't sit well with me. But, you know, this is my review. I can knock it down a point if I want. It's still an 8 out of 10. I would recommend this one for a moderate to advanced user. I could see a beginner getting this and, you know, being a little turned off by all the different features, and especially that button mashing that I was talking earlier. I do feel that a new user may look at that and, you know, maybe kind of shy away from it. But hey, if you've been vaping for even a few months or a couple years, you're going to take to this and it's going to work out just fine for you. So if you have any questions about this product whatsoever, feel free to leave them below, and make sure and follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. And I'll go ahead and say it here, we're going to be doing our giveaways again soon. And we're going to do a special YouTube promotion. We're going to figure it out, but make sure and to let your friends know that come here on the My Freedom Smokes YouTube channel. We will be doing some giveaways. 2017 is the year of love. You've shown us a lot of love. We're going to give some love back. And until next time, thank you for vaping.